Welcome back to HLN. Great to see you. I'm Susan Hendricks. We start with that devastating story. The parents of Isabel Celis want whoever has her to bring her back. The missing 6-year-old's mother and father say they will do anything for her safe return. Don't miss that. More of a reenactment. Be sure to catch Nancy's entire interview with Isabel's neighbor, who you just saw, tonight at 8 Eastern right here on HLN. Also, don't miss Dr. Drew tonight. He will be talking with America's Most Wanted host, John Walsh. His own son, as you may know, Adam, was kidnapped and murdered back in 1981. That's tonight, 9 Eastern, right here on HLN as well. Big case. John Edwards, former aide, is facing another day of scrutiny from Edwards' defense team. During their cross-examination, defense attorneys have been trying to paint Andrew Young as someone who wanted to profit from Edwards' downfall. He faces 30 years in prison, John Edwards does, if the jury decides he diverted campaign contributions to cover up his affair with Rielle Hunter. That is the question. Attorney Brian Claypool joins us, defense attorney following this case. Brian, good to talk to you. You know, government official tells Secret Service agents, tells CNN, that they have engaged in misconduct in the past. But he also tells CNN the agency has dealt with those problems appropriately. Those comments came after new reports that the Secret Service agents may have used prostitutes in a foreign country in El Salvador. A reporter from affiliate KIRO in Seattle went there to El Salvador, where President Obama visited in 2011. Now, a government subcontractor told him, that he went to a strip club with Secret Service agents, and some had escorts at their hotel, the Secret Service agents. He also said the agents told him they did it all the time. But yesterday at a hearing on the Columbia scandal, back to that one, Homeland Security Director Janet Napolitano said there is no evidence of other incidents. 2 current TSA employees were arrested in an alleged drug and bribery scheme. This is a story a lot of you are talking about, and we know why. A New Jersey dad sends his 10-year-old autistic boy to school. Welcome back. A Detroit judge who took a shirtless picture of himself says there is no shame to my... Well, the judge told a Detroit station, WJBK, that he had the same amount of clothes on that he would have had on at a pool. To that story out of New Jersey, truly devastating. A dad says he was shattered when he heard how his autistic 10-year-old son was being treated in the classroom. The boy tormented, not by other kids, but by teachers who were supposed to protect him. The evidence, more than 6 hours of secret recordings. And as Mary Snow reports, the father now wants to make sure what happened to his son never happens again. So devastating to hear those tapes. Definitely a brave father for coming forward with that. Our thanks to Mary Snow. Coming up, a teen disappears from her home. She has now been found after saying she gave birth, but police... Some celebrities are expected at a rally tonight for Trayvon Martin. One of the rally sponsors says Magic Johnson, Stevie Wonder, also Denzel Washington will all be there. They will join Trayvon's parents at an event in Los Angeles. Trayvon was shot in Florida 2 months ago today. A pregnant 17-year-old Missouri girl who disappeared for nearly a week was recently found, but there was no baby. She told her family and friends that the baby died. Singer Bobby Brown pleaded no contest to a misdemeanor drunk driving charge. The ex-husband of late Whitney Houston got 36 months of probation, and he has to go through an alcohol treatment program now. Bobby Brown failed a field sobriety test during a traffic stop in Los Angeles last month. Forget about grounding your kid. How about this? An Ohio mom got creative with their 13-year-old daughter's punishment, you could say. Ava. All righty, more than 30 people asked Ava what she had done, and she responded to all of them. Ava wrote that she deserved it because she was disrespectful to her mom in front of her friends. A high school senior has overcome big obstacles to become a true inspiration. How? You have to see this. A college student's picture with the president, President Obama, has become an internet sensation. She's probably thinking, why did I say that? The picture has really made the rounds on the internet. Even the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia ran it. Starkey's boyfriend who took the picture, he's from Australia. A beauty queen is losing her crown because she's married. Carlina Duran was... Now to the story of a South Florida teen who has learned to do things differently since he was a baby. And it certainly wasn't easy. As Maggie Newland from affiliate WFOR reports, he didn't let anything come between him and his dreams. What a great message. We can see him being a sports broadcaster. Our thanks to Maggie Newland from affiliate WFOR for that report. A New York bride admits she was... Baltimore police say they're confident they've got the right guy in the murder case of 16-year-old Felicia Barnes. She is the... Michael Johnson is no stranger to the Barnes family. He used to date Felicia's sister, Dina. Felicia's father, Russell Barnes, says the arrest has been a long time coming. Listen to how he reacted when he got the news. Now, Russell Barnes says he will rest a little better now that Michael Johnson is behind bars. Felicia's brother says when Gina was dating Johnson, there was nothing to indicate that he would do anything like this. But court records do show that in 2011, Dina asked for an injunction to keep Johnson away from her. The judge denied that request. Johnson could have a bail hearing tomorrow. We'll keep you updated. My little security threat. That is what one mom posted on her Facebook page after her 4-year-old daughter caused a ruckus, you could say, at a TSA checkpoint in Wichita, Kansas. Isabella's mother has filed a complaint with the TSA and the Wichita airport as well. This TSA told our affiliate KWCH that they explained why the child's pat-down was necessary, but they didn't suspect that Isabella had a weapon. Law enforcement analyst Mike Brooks joins me to talk about this.
Well,
what do you say? It's the never-ending conversation that we have between the struggle of what the TSA is doing, is it right, and the age of the person involved. This was a 4-year-old girl, and Mike, as you know, kids are reactors. She wanted to run back through and hug her grandma.
Right, exactly. And
walking through, and what...
No, but they've also looked at their...
They can discriminate here, and you did say they may be changing the laws in terms of kids under the age of 12. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, and...
Portugal police say they have no plans to reopen the case of missing Madeleine McCann. We talked about this yesterday. Despite the announcement from investigators in Britain that there is a chance she is still alive, she went missing, may look like at this age. A teacher says she was fired for getting fertility treatments. The woman believes that in vitro fertilization frequently involves the destruction of embryos. They're against it, and that it's really evil, they call it in some instances, which means that it can be justified for any reason. The Equal Employment Opportunity Commission found in the teacher's favor. Now she is suing the Archdiocese for damages. A kidney was originally donated by Ray Fearing's sister, so now Fearing has to wait for another kidney to become available. You talk to any pilot and they'll tell you takeoff and landing are the most challenging parts of flying. This landing in Spain, we told you a similar story yesterday. It happened again. A 3-year-old California girl is home safe after a scary ride with a car thief. Her mom... Lucky, a happy ending. Police say the suspect left the girl on the sidewalk after just a few minutes, and a woman found her. The suspect is still on the loose. Here's an amazing love story about a Michigan couple married for 58 years. Ronald and Linda Oman were both born on the same day, hours apart, and just recently they died days apart. They lived around the corner. The couple's children say it is hard losing both parents, but they know this was meant to be. 10% of all married couples say they don't have the same racial background. That's an all-time high for the U.S. Those numbers are even higher for unmarried couples, according to new census information. Partnerships between Hispanics and non-Hispanics are the most common, but analysts do say the jump is likely because more Americans are getting comfortable saying they are racially mixed. Some wounded veterans got a warm welcome as they arrived in Texas for a 3-day bike ride. But they're still riding. The ride kicks off today. One vet says his goal is to keep up with the former president. We think they will. 24 rolls of paper towels, a giant jar of peanut butter, and a mortgage. That's right, the wholesaler Costco. An unbelievable story here. A New York woman admits that she faked cancer so she could get a dream wedding. Jessica Viga. I want to show you this, some terrifying moments for passengers as their plane tries. The West Coast is getting ready for whatever debris may wash up from last year's quake and tsunami in Japan. We're surprised, maybe you were, when Costco started selling bridal gowns last year. But that is one fan of Costco's, Clark Howard. And speaking of, in this tough economy, we could all use our very own money coach. HLN money expert Clark Howard is here to do that for you. Today, he has some advice for Christine and Steve. Here's their story. The Flight Academy is for 7th through 12th graders. It costs about $1,200 a week. Soldiers fighting overseas enjoy getting care packages from back home. They usually include food or practical items, but one soldier's wife has changed up the content of her care packages, and it is catching on. Aisha Hasni from Indianapolis affiliate WXIN explains what's in it and lifting their spirits. I love the idea. Our thanks to WXIN's Aisha Hasni for that story. The parents of 6-year-old Isabel Sellis say they will do anything to get their daughter back. They are